All right, hello everybody again. Okay, now I already got my needle. I threaded the needle. I am using white thread now. And then let me find my knots. And then I tied the two ends together. So I've got a really big long thread. And if you run out of thread, you can always just go get another piece and keep going because this probably will not make it around all of these edges. Okay, so now I have all my pieces that I want attached. I worked on that while the camera was off. I sewed on my eyes, my little cheeks, and my mouth. This will be the top layer. The back looks kind of junky, but I realized I had long enough thread when I was sewing on the mouth to like head over here and sew on the little red part of my cheek. So instead of getting a new thread and tying more knots and all of that stuff, I just went on the back from one piece to the next piece, one piece to the next piece, okay? So you can totally do that. No one's gonna see this because this part, the back part of this little thing is gonna be on the inside of a stuffed animal, okay? So now I want you to line up the two pieces that you originally cut. So these are the outer edges of our creature. And now if it helps you to work with your stuff on the table, then clear your table spot, maybe put your portfolio on the floor and work on the table if that helps you keep everything aligned. Okay, so then just start wherever. It doesn't matter. I'm going to start down here at the foot. And let's see. Well, yeah, I can start there. I'll start at the bottom of my foot. And we're doing a different stitch this time. So, oh, I almost messed up, which that's good. Because now I can show you what I was doing. I almost went like this through both pieces. And then the knot would have been on the outside of my stuffed animal. I want the knot from my sewing thread. I want it on the inside so that when my stuffed animal is complete, you don't see the thread. So put your needle through the top layer of your creature and then pull the needle until the knot stops it. Oh, let me go back. There, I pulled too hard and I pulled the knot right through. So now these little threads and everything will be on the inside. So if you start a new thread again later, make sure you do that. Only go through the top layer. Then that knot is kind of on the inside like a sandwich, like all the meat to your sandwich, okay? Now, this is not the running stitch. So my thread is coming out of the top. Now you're just going to wrap around and go from the bottom to the top. Okay, and it makes like a little loop around the edges. I go from the bottom to the top. Now try to keep your spacing as equal as you can. Okay, this will take practice and your spacing is not going to be perfect. This is just you learning how to make this and learning how to sew for a lot of you. And so just do your best. The only thing that really matters is that your stitches are not too far apart because then all that stuffing is going to come through the holes. So you want your stitches to be fairly close as you whip around the edges here. Like that, so that the stuffing does not come out. So I'm just going from the bottom to the top, pulling my thread nice and tight, and it makes a loop around the back and the top, sewing it together. I think this stitch is a lot easier than the running stitch. And all you literally do is do this whip stitch, it's called, along the whole outside edge of your creature. When you get, let's say I'm going to get probably to this other foot right here, you're going to stop sewing. And I will do that. I'll stop when I'm working. But I just want to tell you guys, in case some of you are really fast at sewing, Don't sew your entire thing shut because we need to leave a little opening somewhere on this edge of your creature so that we can put the stuffing all inside of here, okay? I have really soft cottony stuffing that will go inside, but we can't get it in there if you sew the entire thing shut. So somewhere on here, you need to leave a small space, probably big enough, wide enough for your hand to fit in there and put the stuffing in there. And also think about wherever you leave that hole, that opening on the edge of your creature to put stuffing in, make sure that, you can get, if I leave a hole like way up here, am I going to be able to reach down and get stuffing into this foot if all these edges are sewn? Maybe not. Okay, so I might want to like leave the opening right here on the side. That way I can get stuffing into here from that hole right here if I didn't do this edge right here. And then I could also shove stuffing in and reach over to here. Okay, and I could also stuff all of this. So while you're sewing, think about that. Think about as wide as your hand, what part are you going to leave unstitched? Okay. All right, I'm going to stop this, turn it off, give you guys some work time to go work on the outer whip stitch to get all of your edges done. Well, not all, most of it done. All right, have fun.